Last year, YouTube released YouTube Rewind for 2018, a video which would go on to be the most disliked video on the entire platform. Now, they've just released Rewind for 2019, and although people don't appear to be hating this with the same intensity as they did last year, the dislikes have been rapidly climbing in the last 12 to 24 hours. So what went wrong this time? This year, YouTube produced a video reminiscent to that of the first YouTube Rewinds in 2010 and 2011. They were short, simple, and highlighted some of the biggest videos that were on the platform during that year. From 2012 onwards, Rewind morphed into the format that was present until this year. YouTube brought together who they believed to be huge creators and had them recreate scenes from the biggest scenes of the year. It was a format that worked so well in the beginning, and yet as the years went on, the hate grew and grew. As the years went on and YouTube grew exponentially, it became harder and harder for them to include everyone and everything. Yet year in, year out, YouTube questionably started leaving out some of the largest things that were happening on the platform. In turn, the majority of the community became unable to connect with Rewind, and so that left them with two options: continue on the format that, although it had its benefits, was clearly not working, or change. YouTube changed, and it did not work. Here is a brief summary of things that I think made Rewind fall short this year. Production values. The noticeable difference in production values between this year and the previous years can't be overlooked. This year, no new content was made, with every clip coming from a video that was already on the platform. When you compare this to 2018, the changes are astounding. They went from having huge amounts of people and crew and creators that filmed all over the world to now only really needing a team of editors to put this video together. Now, this format on its own isn't necessarily a bad way to make a video like this. For example, if you look at JLaw's YouTube Rewind 2019 The Legends Editions, it's just a video that uses clips from YouTubers, but it's edited in a way that they're telling a story and not just listing off people and milestones in an underwhelming way. Top 10 lists, which in itself are a well-known part of YouTube, work because instead of just being a list, an explanation or discussion is normally offered, and the discussion's what makes a top 10 video appealing, not just the content on the list. This video looks like YouTube wanted to make a video that cost as little as possible. Diversity and inclusion. Although the last few rewinds have been questionable at best, you cannot deny how YouTube had started trying to include as many communities and countries as possible. This year, a lot of that improvement went backwards. Most noticeably would be the lack of animators top 10. After having been missed year after year, YouTube did feature a small handful of animators in 2018, which was a step in the right direction for a community that's seen as one of the bigger communities on YouTube. However, this year, this video is very limited on which communities it did feature. Outside the top 10 most liked videos, music videos and dance videos were each featured with the list, as well as the beauty community having a list, which you probably would have been surprised about if there wasn't, with all the attention that the beauty community had this year. Gaming also featured with the top 5 games list. Personally, I have an issue with gaming being reduced to a list of games and not the top creators in gaming, but at least it was included. Communities like the animation community, and I'm sure many others which I'm not listing, once again have been snubbed from YouTube Rewind, despite how large a lot of these communities are. Blaming the community. As the video starts, YouTube acknowledges in some capacity what a train wreck that the previous Rewind was. But within that acknowledgement, YouTube then turns it around to say, let's see what you did like, because you're better at this than we are. Basically, YouTube is washing their hands of any responsibility for this video not being a success. Basically, they're saying that, well, we looked at the statistics, these are the things that you like the most, and the math never lies. YouTube doesn't want to have another video become the most disliked video. So basically, YouTube, in that just one little statement, is saying, if this is bad, it's not our fault, it's your fault. This is the stuff you watched and liked the most, therefore, if you don't like this video, it's not us. I think the fact that YouTube even mentioned 2018, as it did, probably they should not have done. However, if they really did want to mention it, they probably should have left it to a small acknowledgement of how terrible it was, and maybe not try and turn the blame around and blame the community for hating 18. Missed opportunities. YouTube had so many missed opportunities with this video. For example, they could have made something reminiscent to 2018, but without so many cringeworthy or so many corporate figures in it and more YouTubers which people would recognize. 2019 is also the end of a decade, and YouTube had the opportunity to really create something to memorialize this. This would have worked super well, seeing that this last decade has been huge for YouTube with its growth as a platform. The potential in that idea alone was huge, and to not capitalize upon it seems like a waste. People also are saying that YouTube missed out on having a memorial in the video for YouTubers who had passed away, like Etika. Again, I think this is probably a great oversight considering how bigger community is around Etika alone, as well as a lot of the other YouTubers who have passed on this year. YouTube had a small section featuring record breakers for the year, and I really liked this section, but the list felt very randomized, and I feel like there was so many big records that YouTube couldn't fit into this video, and I feel like maybe if they'd put up a post on the internet about all these different records would have been really cool. YouTube in 2019 has been a really interesting place. Creators have created so many amazing things, hit new and amazing milestones, banded large groups of people together in ways we had never dreamed of, and yet YouTube this year has had the most issues. Demonetization, removing comments on channels in the name of child safety, and as of late, COPA. YouTube Rewind had the potential to bring the community back together and remember the positives that exist on YouTube. Instead, the community has banded together in its mutual dislike of Rewind and all that it represents of YouTube. No longer is Rewind a fun way to remember the year, but now a constant reminder of the state of YouTube and the way that it neglects the creators, which brought its success in the first place. Hey guys, and thanks for watching this video. This is not normally a video I make on my channel, but I am interested in looking at doing more of this. I'd love to have a conversation in the comments about this. Let me know what your thoughts are about YouTube Rewind for 2019. Did you love it? Hate it? Didn't really care? I'd also love to know what you think YouTube should be doing with YouTube Rewind going into the future, because obviously they haven't had a lot of success with it, and it'd be really interesting to see what you guys think. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.